If you ever see a romance anime or manga, or any form of Japanese media really, you'll often see a red string. This is the red thread of fate, and the stories and legends surrounding this object go back to over 1,000 years ago. But first, let's talk about the red thread itself, which is also known as the red thread of marriage. There is said to be an invisible red cord connecting two people. According to legend, these two people are fated to meet each other as they are destined to fall in love. In Japanese, it is called akai ito, or unmei no akai ito. Traditionally in China, the string is tied around the two people's ankles, but in Japan it is usually attached to the woman's pinky and the man's thumb, or index finger. But nowadays it is commonly attached to the two people's pinkies in both cultures. In Chinese culture, red is associated with happiness and is often seen at traditional weddings. The red string that connects these two may stretch or tangle, but it will never break. According to Chinese legend, the deity Yu Xiao Lao Ren, or simply Liu Lao, is in charge of the red thread. His name literally translates to the old man under the moon, and he is the deity of marriage and love in Chinese mythology. He is said to appear at night to unite all fated couples with a red string made of silk. The most common legend starts in the Tang dynasty with a young man named Wei Gu. Here, he sees an old man, who is actually Yu Lao, holding a container and reading a book in the moonlight, so he asks him what he's doing. The old man answers, "I'm reading a book of marriage listing who is going to marry whom. In my package are red cords for tying the feet of future husbands and wives." Later, they meet each other again at a marketplace and see a blind old woman carrying a 3-year-old girl in her arms. The old man tells Wei Gu that this little girl will be his future wife. Wei Gu is insulted by this comment, so he orders his servant to stab the 3-year-old girl with a knife. Many years later, the governor of Yangzhou has difficulty finding a suitable husband for his daughter. This is due to his daughter's high standing, along with having difficulty walking due to a large scar on her back. He eventually concludes that Wei Gu would be a suitable husband. After these two fell in love, Wei Gu asks the young woman what had happened. She tells him that many years ago, someone had mysteriously stabbed her in the marketplace. There are also many similar but tamer stories, such as one involving a boy teasing a girl by throwing rocks at her. In all of these legends, Yue Lao connects two people with an invisible red string as they are destined to fall in love, regardless of time, place, or circumstances. Nowadays, you can find red strings in many shoujo animes, mangas, and dramas. Haiyore parodies this idea with the red tentacle of fate, and Tenchi in Tenchi ni Tokyo is literally connected to every girl in his harem by a thread. A red string is an easy way for shows to hint at the idea of fated love, with examples including Kaguya's red bow knot hairband, or probably the best known example, the red string in Kimi no Na wa. The red thread connects the two main characters throughout their ordeal, with Mitsuha's red ribbon and Taki's red bracelet. Further, in Madoka Magica, Madoka's ribbons are given to Homura to visualize the unbreakable bond between the two. This red string isn't just limited to romantic relationships though. It can also connect people who are fated to do something major together in the future. A yellow or gold thread is said to connect friends, but the red string of fate is seen much more frequently in Japanese media. The thread is also often given a dark spin, such as with Hellgirl's Enma, who sends evildoers to a torturous afterlife. They are unable to escape this fate due to an unbreakable red string connecting the two. Junji Ito's red string involves condemning someone who is heartbroken due to his girlfriend dumping him. It escalates quite a bit, but I'm not going to spoil anything because if you're a fan of horror, I would highly recommend the works of Junji Ito. The red string of fate not only alludes to fated love, for it can also suggest heartbreak or a destined eternity of suffering. But still, red strings are generally just used to show that two characters are destined to fall in love with each other. The red thread of fate is but one of many elements of folklore that appear in Japanese media, and hinting at these deep-rooted and storied legends are what truly makes anime and manga so special. And that's the end of the video. This is my second anime/manga themed video, so I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and thank you all so much for watching.